Hey guys, it is me, Kisame Unlimited, and today I'm tackling my top 10 favorite booster sets. If you guys would like to see another top 10, don't forget to like the video. Liking the video makes the channel more popular and makes the video be more successful. These booster sets have impacted me a lot in Yu-Gi-Oh! And if it wasn't for these top 10 booster sets, I wouldn't be here today being a Yu-Gi tuber, because these top 10 booster sets impacted me so much as a kid and made me fall in love with Yu-Gi-Oh! As a hardcore fan. And Bionic Catastro and Mistworm, I remember seeing these three busted synchros, and I was so excited to get my hands on all three of them. And I remembered at that time I had no synchros, because I remembered I gave them all away for a Dark Arm Dragon, and I had nothing. So I said, oh my god, I would love to get back into synchros, because these synchros are great. Catastro destroys almost anything he faces. Bionic, I love cards that put cards back in my opponent's hand. I loved Compulse. My favorite card is Pleiades. And Bionic was the synchro version of Pleiades. So for me, I just fell in love with the first Hidden Arsenal, and I like the future Hidden Arsenals to boot. So I feel like I have to go with the original Hidden Arsenal for this one, because this one impacted me a lot. When this set first came out, I was so interested, because I was like, I want all those spirits. I want those synchros. I want this tuner for my deck. I wanted that for my Ancient Gear cards. I wanted everything. And that's what I feel like what I love about a set. When a set comes out and I'm almost interested in almost everything, that just makes the set so much more interesting and so much more pleasing for me. So this set was just very impactful for me. And being the beginning of synchros was also really impactful. I started getting more Power of the Duelist packs so I could get more alien cards. And when I finally had an alien deck, I was so happy to have it. I loved the aliens. Aliens was such a fun archetype for me. And I'm sure there was more things in the set that I actually liked as well. I'm pretty sure besides them making that, like, they had Mausoleum of the Emperor. I played that a lot. There was Future Fusion. That was so fun. There was, I was still going after the heroes at the same time. And I was a really big fan of the Destiny heroes as well. And also Sabersaurus was a 19 beat stick, and back then I used beat sticks a lot. So it was just so fun. I remember pulling Aqua Dolphin, and I said, oh my god, guys, I got such a cool card. And they were like, that card sucks. And I was like, I remembered when I was watching Waking the Dragons and I saw the two other crystal dragons outside of Tamiya's not be freed yet. And when Soul of the Duels came out and I pulled Horus, the Black Flame Dragon level 6, I was like, I originally thought Horus was a part of the Waking the Dragons arc. And then when I had it, I was just like, oh my god, I have one of the legendary dragons. I was like, I'm gonna beat so many people. And then I remembered I dueled my friend John. When I first met him, he had big core, I had Horus, the Black Flame Dragon level 6, and I remembered I lost with it. I was just like, this card is shit. And then I found out there was level 8, and I was like, oh my god, I have to get level 8, I have to, it's so cool. And the last thing about Soul of the Duelist that made it really impactful for me was the Arm Dragon set that came out. It was level 3, level 5, and level 7. And my cousin Ray had all three, and he was like me when it came to Constellars. Like, I would have Constellars, and I would use them even though they were dead archetype, and he would use Arm Dragon even though that it was no longer in any which way in form being good. And it was just so fun, and I just had so many good memories. When me and Spidey first saw Gen Warp Werewolf, our mouths were like, because we had to have it. We were basically, we used beat sticks, and he was like the king of beat sticks. He, like, his attack was 2,000, I think his defense was either 0 or 100. And everyone was like, okay, this card is like the best beat stick of them all. We had to have it. And he was before Alexandrite Dragon. And for me, I love General Werewolf's design more. And I remembered at that point in time, Grand Mole came out. Grand Mole was cool. The original 6 Samurais came out, and Spidey loved them, but I didn't. I didn't have any issues, because I had an issue with the legendary 6 Samurais. But the original 6 Samurais, I was all like, good for you, dude. And then Dark Worlds came out, more Dark World support. I loved Dark Worlds back then. And I still like Dark Worlds today, and they made an alien card. It was perfect. The set was great. Personally, I got all my Constellars from the Duel Terminal, but when I saw the announcement for the Hidden Arsenal 7, I was so excited because I said, the Constellars are here. I was like, nothing could hold me back. I was so excited to see them. And I even bought the Hidden Arsenal 7 box to get the Constellars in the super rare secret foil, and I bought them in dual terminal as well. I wanted every version of them because I was so excited. I also pulled Lavalval Chain. I was so happy when I invested the money and I bought myself Hidden Arsenal 7. Hidden Arsenal 7 has impacted me a lot, and one of the very few boxes that I've ever bought. Because I personally don't really buy that much in Yu-Gi-Oh! When it comes to products. The number 4 spot goes to Hidden Arsenal 4 Trishula's Triumph. Obviously, around that time zone, everybody wanted Trishula. Me personally, I wanted Trishula, and I wanted to complete my Fabled deck. And at that point in time, all the Fableds were out. So I said, oh, I could finally get all my Fabled cards and actually complete my deck and actually have a boss monster like Trishula being one of my favorite synchros to bust out of the deck, which it was easy for Fables to bring out at the time. And actually, Trishula's Triumph being Hidden Arsenal 4 was pretty much my favorite Hidden Arsenal, even outclassing the Constellars in Night of Stars and the original Hidden Arsenal with Bionic. And I feel like it was so impactful, and I wish that they would make more Hidden Arsenals like they did back in the day, because I love the lore that they had. Trishula was so scary in the dual terminal world. But obviously, yes, Trishula's Triumph being my number 4 spot is pretty definite for me. I can't think of a better set to put above it. The number 3 spot goes to Force of the Breaker. Force of the Breaker gave me so much that I loved. It gave me my Crystal Beast cards. It gave me Harpy Queen, which was a 19 beat stick at the time, which was a great card. It gave me Volcanics, and I really liked Volcanics at the time. Plus, it gave me some alien cards. Force of the Breaker gave me everything that a kid like myself could ever want. And at the time, I remembered I pulled Doomfire 3 times in a row, and I kept giving it back to the store so I could enter again. And then I remembered I went up to one dude, I put all the Crystal Beasts in my pocket, and I said, listen, I will give you everything I have for that Sapphire Pegasus. And I remembered he was just like, oh, I don't know. And I'm like, please. And I remembered he made that trade with me. It's the same Sapphire Pegasus I have today. If you look and watch my top 10 favorite cards, Sapphire Pegasus is in that top 10 because he impacted me so much. I love Crystal Beasts, and this was the set of giving me all my 7 Crystal Beasts, and I just loved it so fucking much. The Lost Millennium being able to give me Elemental Heroes and my Ancient Gear cards alone was perfect. But for me personally, what did it for me was that when I was younger, I remembered my grandmother and my mom's coworker gave me $20 each, and I went to my local Video Game Central and I bought 10 packs of The Lost Millennium. I was so excited because I said I knew the Elemental Heroes came out in that set, and I didn't pull a single Elemental Hero fusion. I was so disappointed, but I pulled Ancient Gear Golem. Ancient Gear Golem became my signature card, and everyone knew he was my boss monster. When I was a younger kid, going around the time span of 13 to 17 years old, everyone knew me for Ancient Gear Golem, and everyone liked and respected me for Ancient Gear Golem, and I love that feeling. Ancient Gear Golem and me went so many far places with Mechanized Melee. I always am grateful that I got that card as a kid, and I'm grateful that I didn't get any of the other heroes, because any hero wouldn't held a candle to how I felt with my Ancient Gear Golem. My favorite pack that I've ever invested in is Elemental Energon. Elemental Energon, I remembered, was the first sneak preview that I've ever went to. It was me and my friend John, and my friend John was saying, I want to go to Brooklyn, and I'm from Queens, and I never was the type to travel either. My friend John went up to me and said, there's a sneak preview for the set of Elemental Energon before anyone gets it, and you and me can go to the sneak preview and get these packs when they first come out. And I was so excited, and it was something that I was not used to. And I remembered being there, and I had no money. I had no computer at the time. I was broke. I was a very, very poor child. And my friend John was saying, I don't want to go there alone, so if you go there with me, I'll pay for you to enter. So I said, okay, I'll go. So I remember I went, and my friend John pulled nothing good, and I felt so bad for him. And me, I pulled Water Dragon and Elemental Hero Tempest, and everyone was flocking to me, and I was so nervous. I took Tempest and I hid him in my pocket so nobody would know I pulled Tempest, because I didn't know what Tempest was at the time, and I didn't want anyone to take him from me. And Water Dragon, I felt bad, and my friend John was just like, "Oh my God, you got Water Dragon? That's not fair. I paid for you, you know." And I said, "Listen, I remembered also the Poker Knights came out in there, and I was just like, oh my God, the Poker Knights, you know, obviously from Yu-Gi-Oh, I love that shit." So I said, "I'll give you Water Dragon for King's Knight and Jack's Knight," because I had Queen's Knight, but I said, "I'll give it to you for King's Knight and Jack's Knight." And I know that was a stupid trade back then, and Dark Worlds was also another thing that I liked, but I remember I walked away with Dark World cards, Elemental Hero Tempest, and the Poker Knights, and I was so happy. And I remember because I had lost Millennium backs, I had all the Elemental Heroes, and then I was just like, oh, I have Polymerization, I summon. I remembered like a week later, I said, I play Polymerization fusing Bubble Man, Spark Man, and Avion, and I summon Elemental Hero Tempest, and my friend John was just like, how did you get that? And I was just like, well, I got it at the sneak preview. I just didn't let anybody know. He was like, you bitch. I just had so much fun. I just personally had so much fun with Elemental Energon being my first sneak preview, my very first time pulling so many cool cards, walking away with so many nice things. So those were basically my top 10 favorite booster sets. Don't forget to leave at least your top 5 favorite booster sets in the comment section below. And I'll always read the comments. I like the comments that I personally enjoy reading the most. Don't forget I upload every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. I hope you guys all have a great day and a better tomorrow. Bye.